stage here tonight, and he has not joined us on the tour up till now, and I'm so excited because I'm a big fan of this gentleman's work throughout the years. He is the composer of such musicals as Jesus Christ Superstar, Evita. Please welcome Lord Andrew Lloyd Webber.
Oh, yes. Oh, my, bless my buttons, New York City. What a pleasure it is to be here so close to Broadway. Scott Rick, dear boy, hello to you. How is the road treating you? You look terrible.
In what manner?
Well, you look 100 years old, dear boy.
It's treating me fine. I mean, maybe I'm not cut out for it. I don't know. My constitution
You
isn't...
certainly are not.
But Lord Webber, it's so great to see you, especially in a city that where you have achieved such historic feats.
Oh, have I? I say, is there anyone here in Manhattan who's familiar with the name Andrew Lloyd Webber? Oh, that is most gratifying. Most gratifying.
And currently you have a new show. Is that what you call it, a show?
I call it a show because that is what we're doing, Scottrick. We are putting on a show for the people. The punters come in and they sit their bums on the seats, and then their grease-painted players come out and they fret and strut their hour upon the stage, and then the people forget about their dismal lives of not being millionaires and living in several castles all over the world. I can't imagine how you do it. Bless you all.
Is that why you got into writing musicals, to distract people from not being in castles?
Yes. Yes. When I thought of those people sitting out there in apartments.
I hate to even see you say that word.
I don't like to say... it's easier than saying flats. Oh, I said it. People with one bathroom. The idea
that they're sharing with their roommate.
Please, Scottrick. I have just eaten my ortolan for the evening.
You've eaten a what?
Deep cut. Deep cut. It's a rich person's food.
Oh.
I would think about them and a tear nearly escaped my ducts.
But it's not.
No. I don't cry for those people.
Whom do you cry for? Argentina, perhaps?
For whom do I cry?
Yes.
Well, certainly we're all advised in song never to cry for Argentina.
Or is Evita Peron not...
We are not... Argentina is not to cry for Eva Peron.
Right.
We may cry for whoever we wish.
But the country of Argentina, there's one specific person.
Are there any Argentinians here? If so, do not cry for Eva Peron. It is forbidden.
Did the original draft of the song talk about the penalties if someone were to cry for?
The original draft was very long because first it outlined who may and may not cry for Eva Peron. Finally, it got so complicated, we said, let's just reduce it to the entire country.
But originally it was person by person.
Well, there were so few people who were allowed to cry for her, we said, let's just make it across the board. Anybody from Argentina. Or anyone currently standing on Argentinian soil. So if you were a tourist, a visitor to the country, and you had a notion to cry for Eva Peron, well, you'd better leave the country if you're going to do that.
What about the diplomats and embassies? That's American soil.
They were free to cry.
Was that an original part of the lyric?
Yes, it was. It was a very long song. We had to cut it down because it ended up being 3 times the length of the projected running time of the entire show. And we felt it sagged in the middle a bit. the earliest previews, we put out comment cards, and many people said, "Why was that one song half a day long? I missed my son's graduation.
Now, to be fair, that sounds like poor planning to
My
go see
wife left me because I insisted on staying to the end. My grandfather has died."
Was this all one person?
Yes. But we graded on a curve and we said, well, if there's one person saying this, probably more who are afraid to come forward had the exact same experience.
Sure. So, wow, and then what were the original lyrics then? It did all of that, and then what were we talking about?
We have been talking about one thing for the entire time I have been on this stage.
I space out sometimes. I get lost in the middle.
You certainly do.
It's so enrapturing to talk to you.
I don't know that you got lost in the middle as you got lost just now. In the present.
Right. So now, you obviously have a new show that's on Broadway.
Obviously.
And some would say that the 80s were your heyday, certainly.
Who would say such a thing? Fools? Yes, I suppose fools would say such a thing.
Well, your biggest hits were in the 80s. You had Evita, and then you followed that up with Cats, and then you had, of course, The Phantom of the Opera.
That's correct. Are you forgetting about
Starlight
Jesus Christ Superstar?
Well, that was
Joseph and the Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat?
Those, of course, were in the 70s.
Starlight Express?
Can you sing even one song from Starlight Express?
Starlight Express, answer me yes. Are you real? Yes or no?
Is that really how it goes?
Yes.
What was that asking the musical question of? Is the train real?
I am the starlight. I can achieve anything. How dare you?
I'll have to take it on
How
faith.
dare you question my credentials? Would you question a baker of cakes as to baking ingredients?
That's the kind of thing I do on the regs on this show.
On the regs.
Now, but your new show is called School of Rock.
It seemed as if you were going to have trouble saying the word school. As if you had forgotten how it began, that one-syllable word.
Well, it's a tough one because it's S then CH. You don't know whether you're supposed to say shul.
I do because I speak the English language.
But you can see how it would be confusing.
No, I frankly cannot.
You don't say Fred Schneider.
No, I don't.
Do you ever speak of him?
Do I? I often speak of Fred Schneider. Of the B-52s.
Oh, of course.
Yes.
Were you thinking of doing a juking box musical of the B-52?
I would love to do a juking box musical of the B-52's musics. Be very simple.
Would, yes.
Join all those songs together with a flimsy story.
With maybe a giant rock lobster attacking them.
That would be the centerpiece of the entire program.
And it would come down from the ceiling, much like your chandelier.
The chandelier falls from the ceiling because that is where chandeliers dwell.
So lobsters...
Not in this place.
Lobsters dwell in the sea.
Under the sea.
Is that a song you wish you had written?
What's that?
Never mind.
I was merely telling you where lobsters dwell. And so, what would happen is the stage would become slick with sea foam.
Sea foam?
Sea foam. What did you think that I said?
I think you said what you said. I just don't know what it means. What is sea foam?
How do I begin to explain this?
Does the sea stand for something?
Are you familiar with the ocean? My dear boy.
Yes.
That's bang out of order.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Right off.
Okay. Just wondering how you were going to collect it.
Yes. Do you know? I am wearing a medal.
I'm sorry.
How dare you?
I'm sorry.
Use such crasseries in front of me.
That's good lyrics. Crasseries in front of me.
Terrible tune, though. Stay in your lane, dear boy. Now then. You know the ocean?
Yes.
Yes. Do you know how it starts?
I live right by one.
Oh, well, then this might make sense to you.
Okay.
Do you know how it starts out there, but then it cannot contain itself, and it comes in to greet you on the shore?
Certainly, yes, we call that the tide.
That's right. Do you know what it leaves behind when it retreats back into
Crabs?
the sea? There is white, I don't know what other word to use, foam that is left on the seashore.
I see.
Do you?
Okay. I don't know that I've ever called it sea foam as if it's an accepted term that everyone uses.
Let's take a quick poll of the audience. By round of applause, that'll be a bit of fun. How many people have ever heard the term sea foam before?
Sounds like about an eighth of the audience. Who hasn't heard of the term sea foam?
Sounds like 8 people pretending. Bonus points. Who can tell me what color sea foam is? Everyone can.
This must be an East Coast thing. I'm a West Coast boy through and through.
What coast?
Booty you.
May I ask, what coast is London on? Because I knew what sea foam was.
The Atlantic. This is an Atlantic thing.
Perhaps it is. Perhaps it is at that.
Thank you. Thank you for agreeing
Quite
with me.
welcome. Will that end this conversation?
I think we can finally move on.
Excellent.
So, some of this sea foam, as you call
Yes!
it.
The stage becomes slick with sea foam, which we have established is a thing that everyone knows. From out of the foamy slickness emerges... what is that? Is it some sort of red rubber ball rising? Are we about to engage in a game of dodging ball? It grows larger and larger. No. That's no dodgeball, someone might say, in the manner of someone in the cockpit of the Millennium Falcon. It's a giant lobster made of rock.
So in your musical, the lobster is made of rock.
Yes.
It is not the type of lobster that is a rock lobster.
Well, who would care about that?
So it's a giant stone monster.
Yes,
in the shape of a lobster.
Yeah, like something off of Greek myths, you see.
Ah, don't we always go back to those?
I know I do.
The Greeks, the tragedies, Euripides, etc. I can't name another one.
You switched so quickly into Latin after coming up with 2 Greek names.
So, but don't you think if the people in the audience, wouldn't they be coming to the show knowing that it was going to be a giant lobster? Why would they have that conversation that you hypothesized?
I will try to explain this to you in very simple terms. I am using in my presentation some hyperbole, some embellishments to paint a picture for this audience here, this, quote, theater, end quote. That they might feel as if they are there as this is occurring, do you see?
I see, but if they were there, wouldn't it be like, hey, shut up, like I'm trying to watch the play?
Yes, well, they're not, so it won't be like that.
Oh. So, what were we talking about? Oh, School of Rock.
Yes. What would you like to know about it?
Is it good?
It would be immodest of me to say that it is a smashing cracker of a musical, but there I've said it because it is.
Now, has anyone out there seen School of Rock out? Ooh. Uh-oh.
Well, one moment, please. Scottrick, don't you see that these are not the ideal Broadway goers? Do you know what theatre tickets are going for these days?
I don't really look at prices of things anymore.
Exactly. Well, we understand each other.
I see, okay.
We understand each other.
Okay, yeah.
But these people, they're worried about the pint of milk and so forth. So they're certainly not going to shell out the money required to see a big-budget Broadway production.
I see, I'm sorry.
I've not done my noises.
Okay.
You may proceed.
I beg your apologies and indulgence.
Granted.
Thank you, Lord Webber.
I am removing the hand shield.
As shall I. That was fun to have a conversation that no one could hear.
It was a Richmond's conversation that we had amongst ourselves.
So, School of Rock is out there, obviously.
Yes.
It's a big hit with rich people.
It is.
But I know you have something new in the pipeline, don't you?
Something new or something old?
Are we getting married? What is happening right now? Something blue?
I am not marrying you. I am already married, I think. As you know, one of my greatest successes of all time was the musical Cats. Thank you. Based on T.S. Eliot's Old Possum's book of practical cats.
And you shortened it just to Cats. You thought that was too wordy?
It was too wordy. First, T.S. Eliot's Old Possums? Terrible. It's like Ruth's Chris Steakhouse. Very confusing.
Yeah.
Very confusing. What is it really about? Is it about the practicality? No. It is about the cats.
To be honest, though...
Please, I crave your honesty in all things, Scottrick.
I kind of wish the tire was in the title, too, because that's a big part of the show. Like Cats plus tire.
Equals terrible?
I mean, obviously you know what you're doing. It was a big hit.
Obviously I do. When that tire was revealed to be, in fact, a spacing ship, taking dear old Grisabella, the former Glamourpuss, fallen on hard cat times, up into cat heaven, to be reunited with all of her old dead cat friends, where all day long they could eat whole fish, pulling the entire skeletons intact out of their mouths. What was that?
That was the xylophone noise it makes when they pull it out of their mouths.
Makes me wonder what you think a xylophone is. Well now, Cats is coming back with a vengeance.
Is that what it is? Is it?
No.
Is it Cats with a vengeance?
No, it is not Cats with a vengeance. Now you've made me sad. Because, of course, I had to abandon my attempts to make Die Hard with a Vengeance a big-budget Broadway musical.
Really? So you were trying to do that? What year was this?
This was the year that Die Hard with a Vengeance came out.
1995?
I'll have to check my journals.
6, maybe?
Certainly. If you wish. As you like.
What was... did you write any of the songs for it?
I wrote all the songs for it.
What was the big climactic number, if I may ask?
Here at last I die so hard. With a vengeance. With a vengeance. As the chorus all says that.
Oh, of course.
Here at last I tried so hard. With a vengeance. With a vengeance. I'm and John McClane.
It's a little late for him to be saying his name.
He says it in every song.
Really?
Every song of Die Hard with a Vengeance, whether or not sung by the character of John McClane, began with the words, I'm John McClane.
Sometimes followed by, and I'm here to say.
Well, in one very specific song. He said, I'm John McClane and I'm here to say, it's fun to die in a vengeful way.
So now, Lord Webber, Cats is coming back, you say?
It's going to... Listen! It is finally coming to the silver screen.
Movies?
Yes, that's what that means. It's going to be a motion picture. And so, all of those people dressed as cats with all their cat makeup on, and their sinewy bodies covered with a cat-themed leotard, they will be given a full screen treatment to make it more acceptable for the silver screen. Which is to say, they will look like disturbing cat-human hybrids.
Meaning like lifelike cat heads with human bodies?
The opposite. It will be lifelike cat bodies with human heads. It will be very challenging for the viewer to watch. We're going to film a bunch of actual cats just running around doing things and then put human heads on them later. You'll get to see everything a cat does. Throwing up, eating, doing nothing. The end.
I mean, it sounds great to me. I mean, congratulations on this.
Here's the silence. What I'm most excited about is there is an interactive element to it. We have prepared for this eventuality that the cats will be able to sense movement in the theater out where the audience sits. And so, it's the first major motion picture to encourage the audience to bring laser pointers to the screening. They can have a field day pointing the ball around, and the cats on screen will react to them. They will become distracted and chase them for as long as you like.
Wow, and for as long as you like, meaning this show could last as long as your song from Evita would. Half a day?
No, the movie will last as long as the movie lasts.
Yeah, but you said as long as you like. What if I like to do it longer than the movie?
What if you like to live to be 1,000? You're not going to. There are limits to everything. Is it some sort of all-you-can-eat gotcha scenario?
Have you ever been to one of these all-you-can-eat buffets?
I say, how dare you? I wear an ermine cape.
Although, when you think about it, you undoubtedly have a chef who makes your food.
Indeed.
Technically, that's all you can eat, right?
Yes, it is. But I don't share it with other people unless I wish to do so. My famous friends.
Who are your friends? I imagine your life.
Sir Elton John.
Oh. Are you friends with a lot of knights?
Of course I am. We must stick together. And before you ask, yes, I have a round table in my home.
You do, really?
Yes.
How many does it seat?
It seats 10.
10?
There are 10 of us that gather at every meal. We eat all of our meals together.
Every meal?
Yes, every meal. Snacks excluded, you're on your own.
Well, let's count them down. We've heard 2 of them.
Me.
You're the second.
That's right.
Yeah.
Sir Elton John.
That's, of course, the first one. So we're still hovering at 2.
Sir Nicholas Jagger.
Great.
Sir Keithred Richards. Sir Sean Connery. Lord Taylor.
Sneaking in there.
Sir Racha Sauce.
How dare they?
How dare they? What are we up to? 8?
Somewhere in there.
That's how many I have showing.
I think so. Yeah, 8-ish.
8-ish. Not everybody shows up at the same time. Let's see.
What about our good buddy Sting? Is he ever in there?
Oh, he's not knighted. Well, because he lies about his nicking name. He claims he wore this black and yellow jersey to these jazz clubs in Newcastle. The very idea. Newcastle is a depressed enough area without introducing jazz into it. He claims he wore this black and yellow jersey to these black. I'm getting so worked up thinking about it.
So sorry.
Gordon Sumner, his name is, claims he wore this black and yellow jumper to these jazz clubs in Newcastle, and they called him Sting because he looked like a bumblebee. Well, don't you know, of course, they would have called him Bumblebee. They wouldn't have called him Sting. It's not how nicknames work. You don't look at someone and say, what's the coolest thing I could call you right now? Based on your bumblebee-like sweater.
At best, like, hey, Bumblebee Man.
At best, Bumblebee Man. So he's not there. Count Chocula. Baron Vaughn.
Baron Vaughn, the comedian? I'm a big fan.
And we're absent one. It used to be Prince.
Oh, yes. No, I'm so sorry.
It's very sad.
Oh, gosh. What the fuck?
Oh, are you asking me? No, it's not. To mention someone's name? Which is literally all I did. You are the one who is erasing him too soon if we are forbidden to speak his name. I am the hero here.
Who's going to take Prince's place? Who could it be now? That gives me an idea.
Are you suggesting?
Colin Hay.
Colin Hay. But he's a very curious case, you see, because he is a Scotsman who has somehow ended up in Australia.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense.
And now lives in America.
Yeah, it's like, come on.
Too complex.
Plus, if you were to ever get his attention, you'd be like, hey, and he would always turn. I guess I did that backwards.
What would have been the more enjoyable version?
Hold on. If you were to ever say to someone else at the table, hey, and then he would turn around and go, oi.
What's that?
It's what an Australian would say, I would imagine.
Say it again.
Oi?
Like the battery commercials. Do you remember the adverts? There was...
I remember the Mr. Microphone commercial.
Yes. Oh, the Mr. Microphone commercials.
Do you remember these?
Of course I do.
Hey, good looking.
Wonderful. Hey, good looking. We shall be back to pick you up at a later time.
Perhaps upon the morrow.
Tomorrow and tomorrow and
tomorrow. Creeps in this petty pace.
Tomorrow. I love ya. Tomorrow.
You're only... Why am I the only one singing?
I wanted to see how you do it.
A day away.
We'll let you know.
Well, fantastic. I wish you luck with this catting musical. And Lord Webber, you truly have had 9 lives in the American theater. So thank you for that.
Yes, well, thank you. Thank you. I certainly feel as if I have existed 9 lifetimes on this stage.
All right, well, can you stick around? We need to bring out our next guest. Is that all right?
I have literally nowhere else to go.
I've been hearing that a lot from people lately. Yeah. All right, let's bring her out. She's, you know what? You're you write musicals, and she's a musical person.
Oh, is that so?
Yes, she's a singer.
Well, this is very exciting.
Mm-hmm. She's a pop star. Please welcome Whitney Peeps. Okay. This is weird.
Hello, Miss Peeps.
Why is it weird?
What a pleasure to make your acquaintance.
Nice to meet you. Are you from the past?
After a fashion, yes, I am.
Cool.
But I hope to be part of your future.
Oh, God, are you hitting on me?
I don't know. I honestly don't know if I am.
I thought you were maybe married.
I might be, but I can't help being a randy old goat. I love the ladies. I love to have my fun.
What do you drive?
I drive. Well, what is driven for me? Are you asking?
You're rich?
I'm very rich.
Okay.
Whitney, have you ever wanted to live in a castle?
Yeah, totally.
How about several?
What? How could I do that?
If you feel tired of living in the one castle, you go to live in the other castle.
Can you bring all my stuff with me?
Of course, there will be your stuff will be there in every castle.
Multiple stuff?
Multiple stuffs, darling.
Okay.
So you're going to buy doubles of all of her stuff?
Triples if need be.
Yeah, I was going to say it sounds like triple.
Do you not know how it works being wealthy?
I mean, I'm on my way, I hope.
Are you?
Not like you, Lord Webber.
How precious.
What is your favorite thing in your stuff?
I have a lot of cool stuff that I love. I have collections.
What do you collect, pray tell?
Measuring cups.
What is it about measuring cups that so fascinates you?
I like to see if my tits are growing.
Do you have a lot of measuring cups, but they're all different sizes? Because you may have just bought one set. That's not a collection.
Yeah, I have a collection. I have 5. If you have more than 2 of something, it's a collection.
Did you ever get a collection of eggs at the grocery store?
Yeah, I collect 12 eggs every week.
So you're a singer. You're a pop star.
Yeah.
What is? Are you on the charts right now? What is?
Yeah.
What's one of your biggest songs? I confess to not knowing really a lot about modern music.
My big song is "Love Me, Baby" all night long.
Love Me, Baby,
Yeah.
all night long. Does that stand for something? I would hope that someone would love someone for their entire
Does
life.
it stand for something?
Yeah.
If
What
you
do
don't
you
stand
mean?
for something, you'll fall for anything.
Do you mean, does it stand for some sort of principle, this song? Or is it a giant acronym?
Is it a metaphor for something like have sex with me all night long?
How did you get as far as metaphor, but you couldn't explain the idea more clearly sooner?
What it's really about is that it's about being in love with someone, but just for one night.
A one-night stand.
Yeah, I guess. A one-night relationship. You get as deep as you can with that person in one night. Share everything, heart and soul and body. So yeah, you fuck all night.
Okay. This is an interview technique. If you just stay silent for a long time, they eventually say what.
It's very good.
Yeah, my publicist told me to stop talking, but I never do.
All right, I'll jump in.
Tables have turned.
So Whitney, you love me, baby, all night long.
You want me to?
No.
I say.
You asked.
Saucy.
And did you make a video for that song? Do people?
Yeah, well, I make music videos. You just put them online because no one watches TV videos anymore. Mm-hmm. Yeah, everyone watches TV online. We follow the trends, the music industry. So yeah, I made my own thing. It's like Lemonade, but it's not.
Beyonce's Lemonade.
Yeah, it's called grapefruit juice.
What's it about?
It's about my life and my relationships and just being a pop star. It's just really and mostly politics and stuff too.
Politics?
Yeah.
Like what's going on in America right now?
Yeah, I have a lot of commentary about it.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Like what?
Like, mainly, like, I just feel like everything needs to change. Like, everything's so bad. Like, I just feel like everything's falling apart. Like, no one's even doing anything to step in. Like, all the presidential candidates we have were, like, horrible. Like, I don't know what to do. Like, who am I supposed to vote for? Oh, my God. But I do know who I'm voting for.
Who are you voting for?
Trump! Don't boo me, I'm fake.
Too soon.
We have the same skin color.
You and I?
No, me and Trump.
Oh.
Orange.
Oh, I see.
I
Yeah.
love bronzer. It's my BFF.
What do you think BFF stands for?
Best fucking fucker. Am I wrong? Correct me if I'm wrong. I love being corrected.
You're wrong.
Okay. Thank you.
How did you grow up? I'm fascinated with your life. What sort of how does someone grow up to be you?
Well, I was born in a trash can.
I beg your pardon.
I was born in like an aluminum trash can.
Aluminum.
Yeah, it was like old timey, just like you.
What were the circumstances that led you to being birthed in an aluminium trash can?
Well, my mom's Oscar the Grouch.
Your mom is
say.
Oscar
I say.
the Grouch.
You have buried the lead, dear girl.
First of all, I didn't realize that Oscar the Grouch was some sort of. I guess he's trans. Is that
He's
it's very popular
genderless.
now?
He's genderless. Have you ever seen his genitalia?
No.
There you go.
I've tried. I freeze framed it.
Freeze frame. Freeze frame.
Freeze frame.
Well, who was your father?
Take a wild guess.
Is it another denizen of Sesame Street?
Yeah.
Is it Gordon?
Yeah.
Gordon.
I was gonna say think outside the box, hoping you would pick Gordon.
Gordon.
Yes.
So Gordon fucked Oscar the Grouch.
Please, Godric.
Oscar
You're
fucked
talking
Gordon.
about her parents.
Sorry.
Well, now she's doing it, so.
Oscar fucked Gordon all the way home.
Home to the trash can?
Wee, all the way home. like the rhyme goes.
So you were, I mean, when you say you were born in a trash can, you just, you were born at home.
Yeah. It was a home birth.
In a trash can.
Yeah.
To some sort of trash creature.
Mm-hmm. Big Bird was the doula.
Was he always talking about his friend Snuffleupagus?
Yeah, we don't believe in him.
Yeah.
I have a friend, you're right.
Wow. So, and then at what point did you grow up wanting to sing? I mean,
At what point did you grow up?
I'm gesticulating with my hands. I'm not
Very
miming boobs.
You're still doing it.
Okay.
I grew up wanting to sing just from the moment I was born because everyone in my whole street sang.
What?
Everyone on my whole street loves singing.
On Sesame Street.
Well, they love singing about their address.
Yeah,
Certainly.
I
Certainly.
never forgot where I lived.
The lack of directions to it.
Yeah. Whenever I get lost, I sing it, and someone tells me.
Oh, you merely have to sing the entire song, and then someone will answer with the appropriate directions.
Mm-hmm.
Fantastic.
I say, did you grow up singing that song about the numbers from 1 to 12?
1, 2, 3, 4. That one?
Yes.
How does it go?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
Wonderful. Big finish at the end.
Thank you.
Certainly.
Thank you.
Yeah.
No follow-up song.
Nope, there wasn't like 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24.
What are you saying?
These are
she
numbers.
doesn't know. She doesn't know.
She doesn't know these
the
numbers?
subsequent numbers. She only knows the one-syllable numbers.
What were you saying?
Tracy, wait, what's your name again?
It's okay to call her a wrong name. She's fake.
Whitney.
Whitney, darling.
Yeah.
This may come as a shock to you, but there are numbers beyond the number 12.
My body hurts.
There's
What do
such
you
a thing
mean?
as 13.
Huh?
That's 12 plus 1.
What?
Those are two numbers you know.
12 plus 1?
Yeah, well, say for instance you had those 12 eggs you were talking about earlier.
Yeah, and the eggs I collected.
What if you were to add an egg to that?
I would never dare.
I said, have you ever bought anything in a larger quantity than a dozen?
I feel sick, just like math class at school. I have to go to the nurse.
There's no nurse here. I'm sorry.
I'm gonna die.
Well, tough it out. I hope you can make it through the rest of the show.
Very ungallant. Tell a young lady to tough it out.
I don't think she's really going to die, Lord Webber. I think.
I don't think so.
I bet I will.
I mean, yes, you are going to die at some point. I just don't think it's going to be
I
tonight.
knew it.
Don't go bananas here. Well, do you have a new project or anything that you want to plug while you're out here?
I'm on the grapefruit tour. So I'm out doing shows in alleys around New York City.
Oh, I say.
Yeah.
It's a novel approach.
Yeah. You know that lady who does the grapefruit blowjob video?
I cannot say I've had the pleasure.
Well, she's my opener.
Does she just show the video, or does she actually?
She does it. Oh. She mimes it.
She mimes it.
Well, she doesn't give a real blowjob in the video. You should watch it. It's safe for work.
I say, what are we talking about?
I'll show you on my phone later.
Whitney, may I ask you a question? You're a
Yeah.
very stylish young lady.
Thank you.
How many pairs of shoes do you own?
100.
So you know that there's larger numbers than 12.
Look, hold on. I knew I was walking into a trap, but I couldn't lie. I have 100 pairs. What do you want?
So your defense is you can't lie?
Yeah, I'm like Jim Carrey in Liar Liar. I have to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
And do you have a son who made this wish for you?
No. I can't lie. I don't have a son.
You don't have a son.
I'm on BC, baby.
You're what?
I'm on BC, baby.
What's BC?
Birthing control.
Oh. I've never heard anyone brag about it like that before.
I got BC given to me by the state. They begged me not to procreate.
A very rare distinction. Not everyone can claim.
Taking preemptive steps. My gosh.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Well, Whitney, you're a wonderful person. Can you stick around?
No one's ever said that. Thank you. Oh my God,
I would agree. That was a surprising summation.
I'm gonna cry.
Please don't cry. That's just a sneeze.
Bless me.
Bless you.
Thank
Bless you,
you.
dear girl.
All right, well, we need to get to our next guest.
Okay.
Let me tell the story of, we're on this Comedy Bang Bang tour, and we tour around from city to city. And, of course, the first stop we make in every city is to the local children's hospitals in order to just give them a thrill and cheer them up. And they love podcasts.
They love dick jokes.
And New York City was no exception. I went and I visited a young boy.
Which hospital did you go to?
St. Jude's. And found a young boy whose dream was to be a stand-up comedian. And he had one wish. He had one wish of he wanted to perform on the show, but he was too sick to perform on the show. So he asked his uncle to perform on the show in his place. So, ladies and gentlemen, give a big warm welcome to this sick boy's uncle, Wally Cobb.
Oh, thank you, Scott.
You're quite welcome.
Oh, jeez, thanks so much. I just gotta say, Scott, I'm the least funny guy you'll ever meet. That's probably what they're gonna put on my tombstone. Wally Cobb, the least funny guy you ever met.
They might put on there how much you sound like a dude from Family Guy.
Either would be very inappropriate.
I don't know.
A man has died.
I don't watch the program. It sounds like it's a real laugh riot. I wish I was like it.
All right, so you want to be funny, but you don't think you can be funny.
I don't think so. My nephew who's sick. He's in the hospital with toxoplasmosis.
Toxoplasmosis, what is that?
He got it from staying at my apartment for the weekend.
It's the disease that's related to cats.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, I have a lot. I rent a room at the Pound.
The dog pound?
Yeah, the dog, cats, they all there, and I rent one of the rooms in the back. That's my apartment.
I didn't realize they were renting rooms there. Or do you mean you're like in a kennel of some sort?
Well, yeah, so I suppose you could say that.
Well, I just did.
You're the comedian, not me.
All right. Well, you want to do comedy.
I want to learn to be funny. If I could put a smile onto my nephew's face.
So you think it's his dream to do comedy.
Yeah.
If you were to do comedy and be successful at it, that would put a smile upon your nephew's face.
Yeah, I just want to make that little tyke laugh. Just see, he's been so sick, so downtrodden.
So 6?
Yeah, between 5 and 7, he was so sick.
That's funny.
Is it?
Yeah.
Well,
I know he listens to you guys. And he listens to the podcast and he says, those guys make me laugh.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Well then, do you want to do the comedy that?
Sure. Yeah. You just teach me.
Wait, we have to teach you how to do comedy?
Yeah. Let's do a comedy routine. If you could teach me how to do it.
Okay. Okay. Great. I think the first thing you would do is you would stand up.
Okay.
And take center stage.
You're the expert.
Have confidence, like stand up, like and look at like you own the place.
Okay.
wait, are you doing it?
Yeah.
You look like a question mark.
One thing I know that's very central to stand-up comedy is asking the audience a lot of pointless rhetorical questions.
Like, how are they doing?
Or like, what's the deal with?
Have you seen this motion picture? That sort of thing.
Yeah. Hey, can anyone just think of something funny?
You could say anything, like say like any movie. Like, have you seen blank? Like, you can give a movie.
Yeah. Hey, while you're sitting there, can you just start thinking of a funny movie you saw?
No, I'm sorry. I don't think the path to success is asking the audience to think of funny things.
Oh, okay. This is a good tip.
Have you ever said a joke, to your coworkers maybe that you thought to yourself, "Oh, that's funny. I should repeat that later."
No. It's all real serious at my work.
Where do you work?
Hospital.
Wait, which hospital?
The one for adults.
Oh, so not the children's hospital.
St. Jude Senior. That's just the name. I didn't mean to be funny.
Well, but see, there you go. It got a laugh, so maybe, maybe you could mine that for some more comedy. Talk about the hospital. There must be funny things that happen at the hospital.
Oh, yeah. Can you imagine? What if someone wrote the word goof on the wall?
I mean,
I don't know. You guys are the comedians.
That would be funny to you if someone were to write the word goof.
I don't know. It seems like a start of some sort. Someone just said, if I write the word goof, someone will read it and they'll recall a goofier time.
Is that something you've done? Have you written goof on the wall?
No, if anything, I'd have to clean it up.
Oh, is that your job? You're in custodial services?
Yeah, I'm the guy who goes around and closes the windows.
Is that the
Yeah, sometimes
entirety?
patients will open windows at the hospital to get some air. But they might catch their death of cold. So I go around and I close all the windows.
Is that the entirety of your job at the hospital?
Yeah, that's right. That's all I do, day and night.
You're working there day and night?
Sometimes you gotta pull a double.
Why don't they just put a sign on the windows that says "Don't open," and then you could get fired?
Budget cuts.
But they're paying you to close them.
Yeah, I said you could pay me less than it would take to print up a sign.
One sign?
Yeah.
How much are they
much do
paying you?
make?
They pay me just whatever change is left in a hospital bed after someone checks out.
I say.
Their change fell out of their
Yeah,
pockets.
they
in their
cut off the
hospital.
pants during the operation or something.
Did it never occur to someone they could merely write a sign and using any available materials and just tape that to the wall?
That's a question that's above my pay grade.
Everything is above your pay grade.
That's true.
How do you take a girl out to eat or whatever if you only have change from your job? What do you do for a date?
I just say, do you like animals? And then I introduce it to my roommates.
Okay, bachelor number 2.
What's happening?
What do you do on a date?
Why don't we go on a date?
No, what do you do on a date?
What do I
impress
want
a
to do on
woman?
a date? I don't go on dates, dear. I hate to mansplain this to you.
Okay.
I'm married, dear.
With your wife, dear.
What do we do
You
on
don't take her on a date?
On dating night.
dating night? We'll, go out to Inspiration Point and have sex in the back seat.
Cool. Bachelor number 3?
Yes. I would take you in a hot air balloon, which would be a larger and more impressive hot air balloon than anything Richard Branson has ever seen. And I would fly you around the world in 79 days.
You win.
Lord Webber, I think you and Whitney are really hitting it off here.
Well, perhaps we'll get married if I'm not already married.
Yeah, find out and then come ask my dad.
Oh, very old-fashioned. So I would go to Gordon, and I would say,
Or Oscar, we don't...
Oscar's my mom.
Okay, sorry.
I came out of it.
I would say, Gordon, I am an old-fashioned chap, and it would certainly mean a lot to me if I had your blessing to ask for your daughter's hand in marriage. And what do you think he might say?
He'd be like, cool, buy something from Mr. Hooper's store.
Too soon.
That was
Thank
great.
you. That was what now?
That was great.
That was great. Well, you can do... Just get involved, you know?
Okay. Hey,
Yes?
what if someone wrote the word silly on the floor?
Oh, now,
So do it!
But then my friend would have to clean it up.
Who's your friend?
He all works with custodial services with me.
Oh, who's this friend? What's his name? His or her name?
Vinny Lager?
Vinny Lager?
Lager?
Yeah?
Like the drink lager, Lager?
Yeah, and Vinny, V-I-N-I.
Oh, like the Latin.
Like I came?
You'd have to ask him.
All right. See, you're funny.
I was telling the truth. What, is there truth in comedy?
Well, Wally,
Yeah.
the truth of this is,
Yeah.
after I heard your nephew's story, which you told to me,
Yeah.
by the way,
Yeah.
in the hallway of, I was trying to get into your nephew's room.
Get it.
You intercepted me and you told me this story
Yeah.
about your nephew.
He loves you.
Right. I then pretended to go, and you actually did leave, and I doubled back and I went into your nephew's room.
What's this now?
And your nephew is here with us tonight,
What?
here in the
I
theater.
say.
Please welcome Tommy, nephew Tommy.
Wow.
Oh, Tommy. Oh, it's great to see you. You're
Oh my
looking
God.
well.
Well, I gotta say, I'm embarrassed as all hell.
Why's that? I was trying to get up here and be funny with these guys you like.
And instead, in some of my last days, you made a fool of yourself and the family. I hate it. I'm gonna die never having a funny uncle.
Okay, Tommy, this story is very confusing to me. Because originally I'd heard you wanted to be the funny one.
Well, that is my dream, as any dying boy's wish is to be on a podcast. You said it earlier yourself.
He loves you guys.
Any young kid to get sick is a tragedy, but to never be on a podcast, that's the real tragedy.
Okay, well, you are on a podcast right now. I'm not sure why you wanted your uncle to be a funny uncle.
Because I wanted him to have a chance. He has a sad life, and I see him always trying to goof around, writing goof on the wall.
Wait, he is writing goof on the wall?
He is doing it. Although his friend has to clean it up.
Yeah, Vinny got mad.
He got mad, which is why you weren't honest with us?
I lied. I'm sorry. That's why I'm not funny. Because there's truth in comedy, and I was
Right.
lying.
I see my Uncle Wally trying his best and writing silly and goofy, but it's not getting the reaction he wants. People aren't thinking of a goofy or silly memory, and it made me feel bad. And as much as I love the podcast, I guess I love my uncle more.
Oh. How confusing.
Yeah, sure, I'm the one dying, but doesn't my uncle get a chance to live?
I think that was never in question, Tommy.
Okay, when it boils down to it, shouldn't my uncle get the chance to keep living?
It's never boiled down to that.
Yeah.
When push comes to shove, I just want my uncle to live.
No, he's going to. He's going to.
Don't worry. That was not a...
He was never in danger of not living.
When salt goes to sand, I hope uncle lives.
You're saying the same thing.
Yes.
Rephrasing it several times.
I don't know. I guess I wanted someone else to be happy. Sue me.
Wow, you're a martyr.
So, but your uncle has had the chance to make people happy, or to make himself happy by, making people laugh, and he seems incapable of doing so.
Yes, he's failed.
Yeah. It's safe to say he biffed it. Not a lot of people get a first chance, let alone a second. So I basically am going to die unhappy.
What's your ETA for dying?
And may I say, I'm so sorry. What a rude question that was.
But I just want to know what time frame we're in.
For a grown man to ask a little boy, when are you going to die?
All right, let me couch it, in a better
It's not
way. Like, it
sporting.
sucks that you're going to die, but at what point is this going down?
Much better.
The technical term is ETA, and it's...
I used it.
Yes. Yes, my estimated time of arrival to death is...
ETAD.
Yes, ETAD. They said I had weeks, but it turned into days as the weeks passed.
So you were told a couple of weeks ago you had weeks to live, and it turned into days because
Time.
time.
That's why I wanted to cheer her up. Cheer him up.
Look, the stakes have been well established at this point.
We know why you wanted to cheer your nephew up.
Why don't you do stand up together?
Who, me? I guess I have a couple of jokes.
Oh, then that sounds great.
They're specific to the people working at St. Jude's.
Okay, well, I think people here would be. Who wants to hear Tommy do some jokes? Go on, step up. Here, Tommy, let me help you down.
Watch it. Careful.
Why are you clutching that hat?
It was my grandfather's.
That's my dad.
When did he pass on?
Alive still.
You just stole it from him?
It's no longer his hat.
He abdicated his hat.
Actually, he's still alive and hasn't visited me. Go figure. You guys know Clarice from the St. Jude's cafeteria?
Yeah.
Why is she always looking at porn on her phone?
That was pretty good. Hey, and what if someone wrote the word silly on the wall in the cafeteria?
We've heard that one.
You're not helping.
Yes. Going into old material.
Go on, go on.
Why do I always wake up with wet sheets? I'm scared to die.
Maybe someone left the window open and rain came in.
I feel as if you're not grasping the basic tenets of comedy, which is the questions don't need answers. I think that Tommy seems to have it covered.
Oh.
Then I don't know you as a comedy partner are adding much to it by chiming in with alternate theories to answer his questions.
You guys are the experts.
How do you make a bed cake?
How?
How do you make, a bed cake? I don't know why we sound like ghosts. How do you make a bed cake?
I'm almost gonna be one.
Too soon, like literally too soon.
With a bedpan.
So shits? Is that what you're saying?
I love bed cake. That's what I eat on my birthday.
That's something we do to pass the time. Put poops in a bedpan and make a bed cake.
Hey, you know,
Yeah.
speaking of beds and bedpans, you know what the most comfortable mattress to have a bedpan in is?
Well, I know. I certainly know.
I know.
Well, why don't you tell us, Whitney?
Lisa.
Thanks to our sponsor, Lisa, for sponsoring the tour. The most comfortable mattress to take out a pan and make a bed cake in.
Yeah.
They would agree. They would definitely agree.
Perhaps you could slip a bedpan in between one of the 3 cooling layers of comfort.
I think that would only be wise.
Yeah, what if someone took one of those mattresses and wrote the phrase 1,000 laughs on it?
I don't know that he's getting this.
That one I actually enjoyed.
I sort of enjoyed it, but
He knows the results he wants. He just doesn't know how to get there.
Yeah, that's true of a lot of things in life.
Like what else?
Finding love?
You haven't found love?
No. Well, I was married, but she was one of those Black Widow.
Spiders?
You mean she...
Black,
You were
she
married
was
to
in
a
the paper
bug?
as Black Widow, released from jail, and she'd
she was-
slain her previous husbands.
And was she going to marry you presumably for money, which
Yeah.
you have established you do not have?
Right.
She's not good at being a Black Widow, in other words.
So wait, she was a Black Widow.
Yeah.
Had killed a previous husband.
Right.
Was released from jail.
Yeah.
How old was this woman?
39 and a half. She got out for good behavior.
Oh, I see.
It was my mom's sister, and that's why he's my uncle.
This was your aunt.
Yes.
So you're on the Black Widow side of the family.
Yeah, I love the kid,
Yeah,
though.
we're not related by blood.
Oh, really? But you're very fond of your uncle.
We spent a lot of time together, yeah.
Yeah, doing what?
Well, we'll mainly play catch, but instead kick it.
You kick a ball back
We
and
kick a
forth.
softball back and forth, yeah.
Do you know where I come from? They make a ball specifically to be kicked back and forth.
It's called football or soccer, as we call it here in the States.
You're the experts.
No, we're not.
Sometimes we do a crossword, but we put in other words instead.
Okay, give me an example. Say there was how many letters?
Like sometimes it would be like a 3-letter word that means happiness or is a Jennifer Lawrence character.
So we would then write joy in
Yeah.
there, but instead you would write
1,000 laughs.
You would fit 1,000 laughs
It doesn't fit.
into the
we
three,
just
but
write
it
across
doesn't
the
fit.
whole newsprint. Yeah.
That's funny.
Is it?
Yeah, it is.
Maybe I'm onto something.
Yeah, we'll just write words in the crossword that don't fit.
Yeah.
yes, we know.
And
That's my nephew, Tommy.
No, we know. We know.
All of this
He's
has
sick.
been. I know.
I work at St. Jude's Seniors.
our last name
I think
is
he's
Cobb.
okay with me now.
I was never mad. I know that it wasn't you that made me sick, but the cats and the quality of your life.
Are you scared to die?
I'm not sure. I think when it comes, I'll be happy, which is now in hours.
Now, when he checked in, they said it wasn't a terminal disease.
Yes, toxoplasmosis. I wasn't aware it was terminal.
But they called it a terminal case of toxoplasmosis.
They changed their mind after a while.
Wow. And what, how, you say it's supposed to happen tonight? I mean,
Yeah, I went in and it wasn't officially that serious, but then I had a drip, an IV drip that made me sicker.
oh no.
Why did the IV drip make you sicker?
I guess it was what was in the drip.
What was in
was
it?
in the drip?
If I knew, I could find the antidote.
What did it look like? Do you recall what it looked like?
Black. And I know my mom's sister hooked it up.
And her name is Dote.
You're trying to find your antidote?
Yeah.
That's right, I have to find.
Okay, this is making more sense now.
Is
what? By the way, Tommy, do you happen to have a lot of money?
Too much. So much I don't even know what to do with it.
Really? Do you have several castles?
Yes?
So how did you get all this money, if I can ask, Tommy?
Inherited it.
From whom?
A neighbor that really was fond of me. Oh, no, not like that. He was my age.
He died from bee stings.
Some sort of my girl situation?
Yeah, that was his dying words. This is a my girl situation. And Tommy was a real chlumsky.
To this friend.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this friend left you all this money. Did you ever think that maybe your Auntie Dote is trying to murder you after mistakenly marrying this dumb shit?
Well, I never thought of it that way. What do I do?
I have an idea.
Okay.
What if you wrote the word mirth on the ceiling?
All right, that's our show. Thanks very much, everyone. New York, we love you. Thank you. Good night.